Hello. Now we're going to talk about one of the tools that you can use uh, for not being on the mainframe, but is still kind of useful to us. And this is called OpenCOBOL. It also was called GNU COBOL. And what it is, it's a development environment that is good, but has a few limitations. All right. So you write the good. What are the good parts? Well, see these red lines? They're lining up where the code has to go, which is a good thing because COBOL, uh, unlike a lot of languages, the columns matter. All right. It will also, when you start out a new program, let's call it test 1, 2, 3. It will do this for you. All right. First of all, it will put the flower box, which is very good for programming, right? The author, which is going to be you, the date you wrote it, the person, the tectonics. Normally you'd put in a monologue after that, but sometimes it gets a little confusing when you're not used to it to get the whole program ID, divisions, the sections, and it does all that for you. So that is a very good thing. All right. This is their basic Hello World program. Um, but it does a lot of this for you, which is good. Now, another thing though that's different, I don't know different whether it's good or bad, is concerning files. Since this is not a mainframe, right, I have to specify the file. The select is still like a COBOL select, but in the assign to, if we were on the mainframe, here, we would do this. See how this also has a select and assign to? All right, but here we have a select and assign to, but we have to hard code the file. Here on the mainframe, we give it the DD name. So when this runs, all right, see like cust in and report, I would call my two DD names. And this is how, right, cust in and report. This is how I link it to files. So this is saying that my customer in file is z10954.mish.linktest.input, and my report file is going to be z10954.mish.linktest.output. Obviously, the file names are different. The naming conventions are different, and you don't worry about the space like you would have to do in JCL. All right, but very simple. If I were to do this, I would just, let's do it right here, and I'm just going to put in, all right. Now, I'm going to put this in at the bottom. different versions of COBOL will make you do this or not do this. All right. So the code that you put here might not be exactly the way it is on your mainframe or wherever you're doing it from, right? But just like in the programming whole paradigm, but you basically do is copy. You copy a program and you fill in. You just change what you need. Now, what have we got? We got the nice divisions, the sections, right? So I have a working Hello World program. It's test 1, 2, 3, just like any program language. I have to save it. I have to compile it. All right. Compilation succeeded. I now have test123.exe. I can run this, and I get my hello world. All right. If I were to go over here, right, notice that it does list out the variable names and the division names, and it gives you the picx information or pic9 or whatever the format is of this variable, which is good to have. All right. I looked under the tools. I did not see a debug. All right. So in that case, and of course, debug, you have just put in displays, right? Displays like that to help you find out where it is. Now, I also have not gotten the debug to work on here. And you might say, well, everything should have a debug, and I would agree with you. But actually, in my place of work, which is a very, very large company, they don't have a debug for a mainframe batch program running. All right, there used to be, it was called Expediter, done by CompuWare. It was very good, but they don't have it in. So, again, this is OpenCOBOL. You can download it completely free. It will be good for doing everything to get your knowledge down, the performs, the variables, everything that you would say, I guess, is plain vanilla about programming, COBOL programming, you can do on here. You can deal with files. I have not gotten it to work with databases yet, but this is a tool. And if you just want to play around, or you don't have access to a mainframe, and you want to get your COBOL skills up and going, this is I do like it. I don't want to put it down. I do like it. It just doesn't, do everything that a real mainframe would do. But it does have a lot of nice things. Again, it's called OpenCOBOL IDE. If you look it up, it will also look up under GNU COBOL, and you will find it too. But again, you're looking for the OpenCOBOL IDE. Set up your program for you, line everything up, deal with files, practically everything else about COBOL you'll need to know you can do in OpenCOBOL. So that is my comment on OpenCOBOL, and I will see you in the next lecture.